Welcome back, family, to Northside LDN. How's everyone's week going? I'm already here on the Desperados. You already know what time it is. Have to pop up the little cervejinha. And before we get into the news, we got my boy, Tony Claude. How you doing, Tony? How's it going?
Boom, boom, boom. Northside LDN. Guys, we're here again. It's the Heated Debate, episode 3. And your boy, Tony Claude, is here, chilling with my brother on his Nirvana shirt, sipping on Desperados instead of Coronas this time. But I'll make that Coronas or whatever is sipping now on Desperado or Corona turn into Suave, what Laguna drinks all the time. So don't worry. I'll make that taste bitter in your mouth in the space of 10-15 minutes. Not side, bro. Not side. Nice to see you, my brother. You're still my
Nice
brother,
to see you too, man. Nice to see you too, bro. We're here, people. So make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get into the first headline because I want to see what Tony's got to say about this headline. Let's get into this one first. And this is Arsenal star among 3 players eyed by Atletico Madrid as Simeone's great wish is revealed. And it's talking about Saliba being linked to Atletico Madrid. First of all, Tony, let me get your opinion on this first, yeah? What do you make of Saliba? Obviously, we haven't renewed his contract yet. Nothing is confirmed by the club yet that he signed an extension. And now he's been linked to Atletico Madrid. He has been linked to PSG and other clubs around Europe. The faster we get this guy tied down to a contract, the quicker these little rumors and headlines and news buzzing around will stop. Do you see us signing a contract? Do you see Atletico Madrid prizing him away from Arsenal? What do you make of this news?
See, the Arsenal board are putting themselves, they're putting themselves for the firing line right now. This guy's contract should have been done and dusted by now. See, bigger clubs, of which Arsenal is a big club, bigger clubs will go into that contract talks right now and finish everything regarding Saliba. See, and that's why last week when I heard that Arsenal were actually having a discussion, a contractual discussions with Edu, and I was like, "Are you guys kidding me? This we should be talking to Saliba right now. We should be closing that deal right now. We should be talking to Saka right now, closing the deals right now. We should be talking to, Martinelli, creating a deal for him, giving them the money they want, and closing all these rumors. And that's why rumors like this, coming from Spain, will come out. See, is Saliba that type that a Diego Simeone will really like in his team? The answer is yes. Simeone, he actually likes bullies. If you're really conversant with that Atletico Madrid team, he likes bullies. Down there and creating his back four creation, high intensity, big, strong, bully people. Players that are very, very bullish in a way and can bully players. And of course, William Saliba, fits into this category. He's tall, is at least he's 6 foot. He can bully players. His aerial awareness is something that makes him stand out of the crowd. And if you look at Diego Simeone's kind of defenders or choice of defenders over the years, he loves central defenders that understand more about their aerial awareness and are strong, big, and can out muscle players and bully players. Arsenal should be closing down on this deal right now. Although Arsenal still have the power on this one because, of course, we still have that very, very crucial 1 more year option, one optional year, in that contract that was slipped into William Saliba's contract. Do I think Arsenal will close the deal? Yes. Is there any other external factors that will make Saliba stay? I think so because right now, in case you or no one knows, Arsenal is at the top of the league table right now, and in England, they're the best league in the world. So of course, William Saliba would, he would relish the chance, to be a big member or a big part, of the team that could actually be the first team in a decade or more to lift the Premiership trophy from Arsenal Football Club, at least since 03-04 season. So it's a, like we're saying, it's a process, it's a project, and I really think that Saliba has bought into this project that Mikel Arteta is offering right now. So let's see what's going to happen. But this rumor right now coming from Atletico Madrid, I don't think it has any basis right now, because on Monday, Arsenal officially, I mean officially, opened contract talks with William Saliba. His agent, I've been seeing, he flew into London around Friday last week, and he was seen entering the quarters on Monday this week, to open contractual talks with Arsenal Football Club this week. So it looks good for now, unless something extraordinary happens, of which I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, we know that football agents and football clubs love to feed things into the media. We know of this. And
True.
sometimes they put stories that serve themselves. And maybe, last week it was PSG being linked to Saliba. And now it is Atletico Madrid. And it might just be a story getting put out there to tell Arsenal to hurry up and sign Saliba down, because there's all these clubs, circling around the player. And maybe it might be a tactic from the agent to tell Arsenal, listen, you better move and move quickly, because there's other people's looking at the player. It doesn't mean that they put down a concrete bid, but there's, some of Europe's elite circling around Saliba, and rightly so, because he's played very well for Arsenal, and I think he's been the centre-back that we've needed. I really believe in this kid's potential, and I love the way he plays and reads the game.
Yeah.
And you can see, as a defender that loves to defend, none of this always good at passing out from the back. This is what you get when you get a defender that loves defending. We always talk about the defensive attributes, not like how we talk about other players about passing out from the back, because this guy can really defend. So it's just, it might just be his agent playing a game and trying to speed up Arsenal in this contract talks, and trying to say, listen, give him what he deserves. Otherwise, we're going to move elsewhere, and there's other teams that are circling around.
But the story could also still be true, because he's a likable defender out there. Is someone that teams would genuinely like to have in their team.
Just get it done. That's why I keep saying, just get these contracts done, because the longer we drag it, the longer the power actually shifts from the football club to the player. If he runs down to a year, the power's all within him. He's only on 40k a week, and we've seen this time and time again at Arsenal that we don't get the deals done. Of course, I'm not expecting Arsenal to give him a ridiculous deal at the end of the day. He's still a young player. He's not completely Premier League proven. This is his first campaign in the Premier League. I get it, but the kid has a lot of potential. 40k a week, come on. We've even got Eddie Nketiah that's not performing on 100k a week. So I'm sure that him and his agent are going to be looking and saying, well, what's Nketiah doing to the team? He's not doing anything, and he's on 100k. Saliba is week in, week out a starter. We want at least 120, or we want at least 130. You know what I mean? Because he's a starter, and he's actually contributing something to this squad and this team, and is helping this team be in the position that we're in, first in the table. So listen, hopefully that gets over the line, and I don't think anyone's gonna be surprised.
True. There's a comment here from Zalinator. See, some of our statements. We need to be very careful when we make some certain statements. Like this statement here from Zalinator. Sincerely, it doesn't really make sense. Saliba owes Arteta nothing. Who told you he doesn't owe him anything? Offer him a king ransom and you have a chance at keeping it. Like, why? Like, why do you think he doesn't owe Arteta anything? Of course, he doesn't technically owe him anything. But if Arteta said, hey, come in to our defense setup 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, would he have had the kind of impact he's having right now if we did not send him on loan? If Mikel Arteta did not send him on loan to gain valuable experience in Saint Etienne, of which that's the club we bought him, and said, hey, he came back again and he told him, hey, you're not ready for the league, at this time. Go back one more year, learn your trade, hone your skills, and then come back to Arsenal Football Club where you'll be more competitive. And he listened. Of course, there were grumbles from here and there. And then he went back to France, played there again, and right now we are now seeing the Saliba we have right now. So how can you tell me that Arteta did not contribute anything to his development? If he kept him out there, to jostle with positions with other defenders that were there at the time, and he messes up in his first season, and then of course we know how fickle we are as fans. We don't believe in people at all. After one season, oh they're bad, let's throw them away. That's what we fans do. Arsenal Football Club.
Not just the fans, so the football club.
Get out of our
football
club.
Clubs do it as well, though. Football clubs do it as well. I don't think you can aim that at fans. Football clubs, are very fickle. When you're great, sign the contract. When you're not, get out the club. We're not renewing your contract. We don't want you anymore. Forcing you out.
Then look at Kevin De Bruyne. Look at Kevin De Bruyne, Chelsea Football Club. They're hitting their heads in the ceiling. Why did we let this guy go? No patience. You need to be patient with players and help them develop. That's it. Same thing with Mo Salah. Same thing with Chelsea. They threw him away. And look at what he is right now. We as fans need to understand when we should be patient. I'm not saying sheepishly patient, but there's some certain players that might not show their development, their improvement like very quickly. It takes time for them to develop.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm agreeing with the comments, bro. I'm agreeing with the comments. At the end of the day, most Arsenal fans, most football fans do not respect League One and call it a farmers league. At the end of the day, the kid was too good for that league. He showed it, got the young player of the year, got into the French squad. Clearly they see something in him, because that French squad, to get into there, bro, they're one of the Europe's elite. One of the world's.
But do you think without the necessary?
So at the end of the day, what other development do you need when you've outdone that league? Yeah,
no, but you have to go on loan.
And to be honest,
you have to go on loan.
I'm sorry,
you have to go on loan and hone your skills.
I'm sorry, no, hold on. To be honest, last season he would have done a better job at centre back than Ben White. The kid didn't need another year in France.
He was not prepared. He was not prepared.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
No, because I watched League On. I watched League On when he played with Saint Etienne. I watched League On. He still had some little mistakes in him at that time. See, if we fielded him at Arsenal in that first season when he came, this guy would have been castigated, judged by Arsenal fans. See, no other person would judge him than us.
He's really good enough.
You would have even judged him, slagged him off, and destroyed him even before his development. No, I'm serious, not side. Because that's what you're going to do. You have slagged the hell out of him, destroyed his confidence.
Now. Hold on, Tony. Now, hold on. He's still developing now, yeah? And have I slagged him off? There has been 1 or 2 games that he's made mistakes. Have I slagged him off? No. So don't say that last season, if he came in, I would have slagged him off. He's still developing. I have not slagged him off. Martinelli's still developing. I've not slagged him off. Saka's been developing. I've not slagged him off. I slag off players if I don't see anything about your ability. You're not week in, week out, you're dropping stinkers and you're offering nothing to this squad. Then I'm saying I'm not seeing anything about you. If I can see that you're putting in some good performances, there is the one-off game or 2 games where you're not performing to the level that's required. I understand it's still developing. Saliba's still developing. So that argument is ridiculous because he's developing this season. He's not the finished article. Let's be real. He has a bag of potential. And I've not slagged him off, not once. Yeah, go back through my videos and see the receipts. So don't say a statement like that because that's not true. There's been 1 or 2 games. Yeah, he wasn't. He's had 1 or 2 games.
I said you would ask. Now that's a conditional statement. I did not say you did. No. You need to check the vocabulary.
No, you said this is what you said, and this is what I don't agree with. You said if he came in last season, I would have been slagging him off because he's
wait. You just confirmed what I said. But you need to understand the vocabulary.
Let me finish my point.
If it's a conditional statement,
bro, let me finish my point. You said that if he came in last season, I would slag Saliba off because he's still developing. And my argument to you is this: this season he is still developing. He's still not the finished article, and yet I have not slagged him off. So that is a ridiculous statement to make because he's still developing. And I've not
That's
slagged
why
him
I
off.
said, see, if you check the vocabulary I used and the grammatical tense I used, it was a conditional statement. When anything starts with if, it's a conditional statement. So it could be and it could be not. So I did not say you did that as a matter of fact. I said it could have been. So it's an if. I did
No,
not
but
say
it wouldn't
you've
have
done
been
it.
because he's here developing now and I'm not slagging him off. So it wouldn't have been.
Well,
What are you talking about?
well, see, man. I know how to get. I see, bro. I know how to get my way through all these things. I never said you did anything. Statement of fact.
No,
It was an
you
if.
said
I added
you
an if there.
presumed you said that I would slag him off if he came last season, and I'm
Oh,
saying
oh,
that's
oh,
rubbish because
okay,
he was good
okay.
enough to come
At
last
what
season.
point did you name Turner, our goalkeeper, our second string goalkeeper, Tina Turner? At what point? Wasn't it when he goofed the ball and laid up a howler in our friendly match? Wasn't it when you named him Tina Turner?
Bro, he
Can
ain't
you
good enough.
agree with this fact?
He ain't good enough.
No,
He ain't
I
good enough.
know. No,
What do you
no,
want me
no,
to
no,
do? Just
no, no.
report
I
why? Because he's going
understand,
to
but
Arsenal.
you labeled him Tina Turner
Because
because
he's
of
not
the
good enough.
howler. No, 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 no. Wait. How can you decipher that? He hasn't had a run of games to be able to decipher that. Where you deciphered this stuff and called him Tina Turner was after his preseason match where he had a howler in that in one of the games in preseason, and you termed him Tina Turner all of a sudden.
Okay,
And
cool.
right
You
now
stick by
he's
your
putting
guy.
up
You
good
stick by your
saves.
guy. You stick by your guy. And you stick by your guns. Because every single time I prove you wrong, so you stick by it. End of the season, chat to me then. There we go.
No, I'm just saying, but he has been putting up good. No,
Yeah.
no, no, but no, no, no.
Every
But he
Kevin
has
De
been putting
Bruyne,
up good. He has been putting up
every
good
Kevin De
service
Bruyne,
since
yeah,
when
we
he has
have
been
players
coming.
like Seferos,
No,
we
would
have
you
players
agree,
like
not side,
Diogo, we have
that
players
that
like
this
Shaq.
guy that you termed Tina Turner has been putting up good performances at least since after that howler? Would you agree?
But he ain't good enough. He ain't of the level, bro.
No, that's what you're saying. But would you agree that he has been putting up good performances since after that howler in the preseason? Do you agree to
But
this?
who's he playing? Bruv. If you think, yeah, the group stage is playing against Bodo and Zurich is where I'm going to rate you as a player, bruv, the standards, your
Then,
standards are really low, bro.
then good. Then why have you labeled him if he hasn't played enough games to actually twist your fantasy about him or your evaluation about him?
Why
Then
does it
why have
matter?
you labeled him Tina Turner?
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? That doesn't
No,
stop him
why
going
have
out
you
there and
labeled him
performing.
Tina Turner
Why does it
already?
matter? Why does it matter what I say if
No,
I
it
rate you or
matters
not?
because
No, it doesn't, because the player can still go out there and prove me wrong. Granit Xhaka, I have not rated
then
for
good.
6
Then
years.
call him by his
Granit,
normal name.
Granit
Then call him
Xhaka,
by
Granit
his
Xhaka,
normal
I've not
name.
rated for 6 years, and I had all the reason to not rate him because his last 6 years has been appalling at Arsenal. This season, he's turned it around. My view of him is slowly changing. He keeps putting up great performances. So no matter if I rate you or not, you still have the manager's still going to select you. You can still go out there and put a performance. You can still work on your game. So who cares? Who cares? I don't have to rate. We don't always have to rate the same players. It is what it is, bro. It is
No,
what it is.
I see, Ben. I totally get you. Arsenal Manic in the charts. You're my guy, but you said something here. Tony, would you access a job to become Arteta's bodyguard? See, you know what? This is Heated Debate, episode 3. You know what? We'll go into that later on. Because, of course, I watched Northside Show yesterday when he was talking about Mikel Arteta. He wants him shipped out as soon as possible. We'll talk about that. That will be a very, very heated one. You can expect it. Those of you in the charts, like this stream right now. And those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe at Northside channel right now. Do it right now. Keep the likes coming right now.
There we go. There we go. The next headline: Chelsea and Arsenal transfer target yet to agree new deal, which expires at the end of the season. Zaha. It looks like he doesn't want to sign an extension at Crystal Palace. And it looks like Chelsea and Arsenal are the two main teams in for his signature. What do you think is the chances of Arsenal going in for a player like Zaha? Do you want Zaha at Arsenal? What do you think of Zaha? What do you make of this rumor?
See, I want Zaha. I want him in our team. I really do think that Zaha would, he would create lots of problems for many defenses in the Premiership. Logically, he can. I actually wanted him, at the time when he was presented to Unai Emery at the time, and Unai Emery said, "Hey, I really want this guy," and the club went and brought in Pepe for 72 million pounds, and right now we can't even get a nickel, not even 10 million pounds for Pepe. And I'm sorry, I like the brother, he's a good brother, but I don't like him as a player. As a player, he doesn't give us enough out there. Of course, he just started scoring goals lately, right now. But see, he's not good enough for the Premiership. And that showed because Mikel Arteta used him sparingly, but also he gave him lots of chances to prove himself, and he could not take those chances. So that's why I didn't like Pepe. I really do think that this guy would have been, a more better bet. And of course, right now he hasn't signed any deal yet. I think it's time for him to go to a big club. He's been to a big club before in Manchester United. Things did not work out there, but just like we're talking about player development, he has actually developed over a long period of time, honing his skills for Crystal Palace. He's shown this year after year. He's gotten better. His dribbles have gotten better. His pace has gotten better. His football IQ better. His football technical awareness around him is better. He now knows how to draw fouls. See, we need this kind of player. Does Arsenal have the balls to go in and get us a Zaha? We don't need him. And I need valuable competition in that wide forward areas, at least for Martinelli or whoever, or even Saka. Both of them. We do need any options that could come around. Is Zaha the one? I think Zaha is okay. He's okay.
No, I agree with you. And I've been saying this in my last couple of videos, that we need players. In January is not the time to be going to the MLS or going to all these other leagues and getting players. Of course, if there's a player like Milinkovic-Savic that is in his prime, that is outgrown that kind of league, yes, I understand getting that kind of player. But we need players like Zaha that already know how to perform in the Premier League, can come into this team, can actually put in, actually be competitive, to actually require and fight for a starting lineup place in this squad, and can actually get us getting the points over the line when Martinelli falls off or Saka falls off. The boy can obviously play, Zaha can play left winger, or he can play on the right wing. And when you're looking at him, he's ready, bro. He's ready. I want players that are going to cause competition to our starting lineup players. I do not want players that are going to come here and be very comfortable to sit on the bench or not good enough to displace starting lineup players.
Like Rob Holding.
When we're looking at when we're trying to go for this Premier League, we're looking at Man City that have a bench that could be starters or could be on the bench. Everyone in that squad is fighting. You know what I mean? There's nobody you can say, oh, he does a job. No, they're all amazing players, and that's what we're up against if we're going to be serious about winning this league this year. I don't want players that it's going to take an adaptation period, players that are still learning their trade. I want players like Zaha, Milinkovic-Savic, and then you can sprinkle
ready-made soldiers.
Yeah, then you can sprinkle up Paulinho if you want. Ivan Toney, players that are adapted to this team, to this league, and already can hit the ground running. Because January is not the time to be bringing in kids. Do that in the summer if you want to integrate some kids, but not in January. They don't, we'll after January, we'll be heading into the crunch end of the season. You need players that are able to perform at that level and at that crunch moment. And we didn't have that last season because we had a lot of kids with potential, but not kids that know how to get wins ugly. And you know what I mean? When you're not playing well. Look at what happened with Man City the other day. They weren't playing well against Leicester. Kevin De Bruyne got them the 3 points. That is what we need to add to this squad. We don't need players that are going to be like an Eddie Nketiah that's going to run around that are ineffective. We need players like Zaha. Zaha can cause a bit of magic in a game if it's not going the way for Arsenal. And if you don't start him, what an amazing substitution that you can get on, Zaha, instead of getting on an Eddie Nketiah or Reece Nelson that's been up and down, let's be real, played well against Nottingham Forest, but he's been up and down with the minutes that's been given to him this season. Getting on a Zaha, even if you don't start him, bro, that's going to affect the game. And right now, one thing we can say, the starting lineup players are doing their thing, but the rotation players and the substitutions aren't really cutting it, which is why they're not breaking into the first team. So I would definitely go for Zaha. He's 29 years old. And this is the time to go and get him, bro. Otherwise, I think if he doesn't move from Crystal Palace now, he's never gonna move.
But do you think his age? Do you think we should have any concerns about his age? Because logically, that's where many people have a problem with the Zaha signing. Arsenal want those kind of players that can serve them for good 4 or 5 seasons. At least that's how I've seen our transfer trajectory go through. So, do you think at the age of 29, let's just call him 30 right now, do you think at the age of 30 he can come into that club and get things done and play for 3 4 seasons without getting injured, on a regular basis?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, no matter of your age, you can get injured no matter what. We've had ESR get injured. He's young. You know what I mean? Zinchenko's young. He's been getting injured, So injuries can happen to anyone, So it doesn't really matter. I mean, Partey's not necessarily old and he's been injured, this season. The end of the
Yeah,
day, when you look at Man United, they would get Berbatov. Berbatov wasn't super young when they got him. They got Van Persie. Yeah, sometimes you need these older cats to get you over the
yeah,
line.
yeah, exactly.
Man
To
United
give this,
were amazing at doing that, yeah. And Fergie
yeah,
was amazing at integrating older players that are already at the top level in with the youngsters, yeah, because
true.
he knew that you can't just win things with kids, and that's why. Okay, you can look at Zaha and say, okay, he's 29 years old, he's 30 years old. You know he's not your future, but you got Martinelli and Saka there. That's the future. So the future's already secure. Bring in players now that are at their prime and come in and can give us that extra, stardust, that star factor. You know what I mean? Do that because we've already got youngsters in the team. We've already secured youngsters in this squad. So now go out there and get prime players. He might only give us 3 4 years, but he's only got a year left in his contract. So is that not worth it? If you get him at a cut price, like let's say 35 million to 40 million, yeah, let's just say, yeah, if he delivers us a Premier League title, wouldn't you say it's worth it? This is what I'm saying. But you don't know if you don't go. If we don't react and go and get the, I definitely believe that we should be getting these kind of players, bro. Like Ivan Toney, Zaha, all these players. You know what I mean? Mitrovic, all these players, bro, because they're too good for the clubs that they're at, and we're a club with a stature that's bigger than them. Let's go and add them to this young squad. The
Young
squad is
squad,
already
and
here. How
yeah.
many more youngsters do we need? Go get him, bro. I want him. I want Zaha. He's levels, bro.
Yeah,
And
me too. Me too. I want him. I want him. I want him because he has that pace that can, that can trouble defenses, that can just capsize defenses just by the way he moves, by the way he runs. He makes those runs. The only thing I have a problem with him is that Zaha is not that kind of player that can give you 100% press rate. Because I'm really, really into strikers that really like to press. I love 100 points when it comes to strikers or wide forwards that like to press like intensely. It doesn't give that to you, but it has the pace to compensate for that pressing game. Just like a Gabriel Jesus, that's what he brings to you. He's not scoring right now, but he's a thorn in the flesh of these defenders. Why? Because he's that kind of guy that will run in, run those channels, run through the left, come out, bring up the ball in the 18-yard box, look for players within to pass the ball. And of course, he showed you why we need him by his 3 assists he gave in the last match against Nottingham Forest. That's why I like players that like to press from the front, because that's the way modern football is being played. Zaha doesn't give that to you. The only thing he has is that his pace that can actually be a genuine problem for modern day defenders. It's just that pace. That pace. He has it in quantum. But because of that pressing game, because there will be time he might not score for us. That pressing game will come in handy. Same thing as Gabriel Jesus. He's not scoring goals, but his pressing game, it's 100. His tenacity towards running those channels is also there. So when you're not scoring as a wide forward, what else can you give us or bring to the team? That's how I look at my striking options. So uh, I would prefer a wide forward, that can press more. So that's just the only thing I see in his game. that he doesn't have. But of course, he can work towards it. Players
Yeah.
develop at any time during their footballing career. So let's see.
Let's see what people are saying. Smash the likes up, people, if you haven't already. Did you see Kolasinac? He could have put Tottenham away. He missed that. Spurs end up winning, bro. Oh my days.
Yeah, true. No, not side. Why are you saying, oh no? When this player was at Arsenal, you wanted Mikel Arteta to win the league with him. No. Why are you saying, oh no? No, why? Give
When
me
did
a
I
reason
say I
why you
wanted?
say, oh no.
Wait. Don't be putting words in my mouth. When did I say I wanted Mikel Arteta to win the league with Kolasinac?
No.
You're talking nonsense now.
Not side. Let's don't go there. Let's don't go there.
Well,
Because you wanted this
no. You
manager.
made a statement. No, you made a statement. So now you need to clear it up. When did I say?
Yeah, then let me
You don't
clear
even
it
know
up.
why I said no. Wait, hold on.
No. It's
You don't
because
even
of
know
this
why I
comment.
said,
It's because of this comment.
Hold on. Don't be putting words in my mouth. Yeah, quote me for what I say. Don't quote me for what I did not say. Yeah, you don't even know why I said no. I said no because I was cooking Deji on WhatsApp. Yeah, man, sent him a voice note say at halftime saying you lot are getting pammed. Yeah, you lot are dropping down to the
Okay, I thought it was when you saw this comment, then you said no. So I thought maybe that was it. If it was this one, then that was why I was, countering you, because you, of course, you wanted Mikel Arteta to win lots of stuff with these dead defenders, with these dead players, saboteurs like Koscielny and Mustafi, and that's what you wanted Mikel Arteta to use to win the title for us. And it's not possible. It's just good that you're seeing all these players mess up in other teams. Then why would you want Mikel Arteta to win with this type of dead players? It's not possible. So, bro, catch that Mikel Arteta fever, brother. Catch it, bro.
Okay, cool. If you think you're there getting excited, saying, this dead player, is Tavares a good replacement for Kolasinac? Okay, then we move. Exactly.
No.
Don't tell me about don't tell me nothing, bro. Because you're like, he can't win with these dead players, but then he goes and buys another dead left back. So what are you telling me? Exactly.
No. See, you will still be the same guy, not side, because you later you will say you didn't make the statement. Trust me, if that guy Tavares comes back next season, he will be a different player. Do you agree with me? He's out there lighting up. He's out there lighting up the league on right now, as he is. He's scoring more goals. He has a more better collective kind of play, with his teammates, and he's improving.
Okay, let me give you this example.
But he's improving. Do you accept that he's improving? Not side.
Let me tell you why. We've seen Mkhitaryan light up the Bundesliga, which is not a bum league. Yeah, let's be real. Light up the Bundesliga, come to the Premier League, and he flops. We've seen Lukaku, been okay at the Premier League, go to Chelsea, flop, go to Inter, light it up, come back, and then flop. So just because a player is lighting it up in Ligue 1 or the Bundesliga, it doesn't necessarily mean that player is now good enough to play in the Premier League, bro. So it might just be that Tavares just find his level over there in Ligue 1. Otherwise, why did players like Mkhitaryan? We've seen Shevchenko, we can even go back, bro. Shevchenko was lighting it up for AC Milan over there in the Serie A. Comes to the Premier League, can't do it. So it doesn't necessarily mean just because a player is lighting it up in an inferior league that it is going to correlate to come to the Premier League and light it up. So you can say what you want about Tavares. It doesn't mean that he's good enough for the Premier League. And I've seen that his attributes, his strongest attributes, make him is his biggest weakness to this league, because he's not physical enough, and he's not defensively, he's not smart enough. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, he's good, but he's no Trent. And even Trent Alexander-Arnold's been found out, because as a defender, he's better going forward than he is defending. So why would I want Nuno Tavares that's an inferior level to that? It makes no sense.
But yet it is this same inferior league that Saliba went to hone his skills and came back a better player. See, let's come correct with the receipts when we're talking about these things. Come correct. No, bro. No, seriously. When you're talking to me, come correct, brother. Come correct, bro. Bring the
I
receipts.
just
Come
disproved
correct.
what you just
Because
said, and you're talking
no,
about
no,
come
no.
correct.
Always come correct, my brother. Come correct with me. Bring the
That's a
receipt.
falapukaria, man. You're talking Pukaria.
But this same league you've just dressed down right now. It's the same league that Saliba went down there on the skills, played with with the big boys in terms of Mercy and Nima, outmarked them, had the opportunity to play with them, and came back to the Premiership and is a different player. No, how do you evaluate that? And Arsenal Manic said something here. Oh, my brother, Arsenal Manic. Come on. You know I respect you more than this. Come on. He was saying something about Saliba and the loan deal about Mikel Arteta. Come on. Arsenal Manic. Come on, you're my friend, man. Why making this type of statement? Nah. Shout out to Manny. Shout out to Latimus Prime,
Shout out
who
to
is
Manny,
on the
man.
chat. Big up
Being for
Latimus
me, I've
Prime.
got my injections. Big up.
Yeah, big ups to you, Manny. God bless you, my brother. That's my brother there, Manny.
Arsenal
Ladimus
Manic
too,
is
my
love,
brother
man.
too. Big
Big
ups
up.
to you, Ladimus Prime. Amy Baba, shout out to you. Arsenal Manic, same thing. The captain's corner. Thank you, man. Smash the like button. It's our
Chat to
episode
this guy,
3.
bro. Chat to this guy, fam. Chat to this
It's our
guy. He gave me the example of Davaj. I gave him the example of Shevchenko. I've given him the example of Lukaku, of Mkhitaryan. I've given him an example of bare players, bro. Just because you're doing the job out in an inferior league,
Shevchenko came to Chelsea as a
you're good enough to
luxury
play.
player. He came into Chelsea as a luxury player. He was friends. He did business deals with Abramovich. Come on, what are we talking here, bro?
Bro,
If
all
you
your
go into the
arguments,
nitty
all your
gritty of
arguments
that
don't
deal,
stand, bro.
they
All
never
your
really
arguments
wanted
don't
him.
stand.
It was just there out of luxury.
All your arguments don't stand. Even the one you're saying, oh, Kolasinac, oh, you see, you wanted Arteta to win with him, and then Arteta goes and gets a left back that's just as bad, if not worse, in Tavares.
See,
Makes no
not
sense,
side,
bro.
not side. What would you say if Tavares comes back from that loan deal right now, and he does a better job in that back four? What will you say? Won't you praise it? Won't you praise it?
I would say, just like with Xhaka, no, I would say if he comes back and he's good for the rest of the season, not just a game, the rest of the season, because I rate players on consistency. If he does that, I would say, you know what, I was wrong. But up until he does that,
not side. Did Xhaka just come out from your mouth?
I'm correct.
Wait.
So far this season,
Did Xhaka just come out from your mouth?
But this is why I don't get what you're saying there, because you're going on, like I haven't praised players that I actually don't rate. I don't rate
guys in the chat. Xhaka actually came out from not side's mouth.
Have I not praised him? But Xhaka has to keep this up to the end of the season. If Xhaka doesn't keep this up to the end of the season, then to me it's the same bimbo Xhaka that we've had in the other seasons. But so far, he's doing what he needs to do. And if he continues, I'll continue praising him.
That's a slippery slope. That's a slippery slope that you've just gotten into. Xhaka is the most improved player in the Premiership.
Yeah, then keep it up.
You should be giving him utmost flowers right now. Like you shouldn't even have any doubt right now.
Bro, does the season end now?
Anyway.
Does the season end right now? No. So there's loads of games.
It doesn't matter because we're talking of right now. He's the most improved player. He's the most improved player in the Premiership. Do you know what that means?
All right then.
Do you know what that means for a player who has been the most slagged player on all of Arsenal podcasts everywhere around the world? He's the most slagged off player, the most hated player in the world. People gave up on him. You gave up on him. Everyone gave up on him. No one gave him a chance. Everyone slagged him off, disgraced him. Of course, part of it he brought on himself. But people
so what we're talking about
this? Slagged him off. No, it's true. And now he's putting up performances that should be befitting of flowers laid wherever he is right now.
What Bulgaria am I listening to right now?
No, it's not Bulgaria.
Tony. Stop sucking off Xhaka now, yeah? Stop sucking off Xhaka. Has he won me a Premier League or European Cup? Yeah? He's played well. Have we won anything yet? Relax, yeah? This club is about winning. It's not about sucking people off that ain't won nothing. The 6 years slaughtering that he got is because he was atrocious. Don't come to me now because he played a couple of games. We judge players at the end of the season. Stop getting too excited. This is the crap that annoys me with Arsenal fans. Oh, look, he's proving you wrong. The season
that single-handedly helped you.
Relax. Relax, calm down. Yeah, calm down. Relax. The season ain't over right now. Granit Xhaka putting in a couple good performances hasn't made Arsenal lift no trophies yet. So relax, bro. Don't need to take it that far, fam. The criticism you even said, the criticism that we had towards him was warranted. So why are you on me about something that you agree with? Cool. Let's see the end of the season, fam. Why are you getting too excited right now?
No, but
what's
been wait, because this is what I hear from other fans, and this is what you say. I mean, other fans from other clubs like Chelsea, Man City, they're telling me why I'm too excited. Why I'm too excited after 12 games, I shouldn't talk. I should keep shut. Are we in Nazi Germany or something? No. It reminds me of that. Are we in Nazi Germany where we can't be able to air our views? We can't be happy. We win a game, we can't even be jolly. Chelsea and all these other clubs win one game and have a lap of honor. The wives coming to the pitch, but Arsenal can't even be very happy. Arsenal can't even be very, very happy to win a game. We can't even say, we can't speak it. Why?
I'm not saying you can't be happy.
Why must we behave ourselves?
He's proven everyone wrong.
No, because because many people see, it's not only you not side. Many people from rival fans come to tell me or come to tell other people who are happy about their club and about the performance that Arsenal is putting up this season and tell them to keep quiet and tell them to be shut. It only reminds me of one thing. It's segregation. It's discrimination. Why can we? No, it's true. It's true. I'm in the streets of Nazi Germany. It's true. Why can't I be happy for my team that we're doing well? It's true. It's true. Okay. Why can't we be happy that we're doing well, that we're top of the league? Arsenal haven't tasted a trophy, at least a major trophy, since 03-04 season. Why can't we be happy legitimately for that?
Okay, let me say one thing, and I'm going to say it real quick because we need to move. There's other headlines to get through. I'm not saying you can't be happy, but to say that he's proven everyone wrong after a couple of games, you're getting too excited. The level should not be put a couple of good performances and you're amazing. Yeah, this is the problem. Why a lot of fans were so happy to re-sign Eddie Nketiah. A couple of performances end of the season that ultimately led to nothing, got him a new contract. We need to raise our standards higher than that. You can give him props, which I have done, and you know I have done that. Give him props that he has been doing well in the way that he's been playing, but keep it up to the end of the season because the season doesn't end in October, November. Yeah. At the end of the day, stop taking it to heart. Football is a results business. The reason Ole got fired is because it's a results business. The reason Gerrard got fired is it's a results business. The reason Lampard got fired is it's a results business, bro. And that is what it's about. Yeah, we need to stop all this sentiment crap. At the end of the day, he's doing what he should be doing because he's a paid employee of Arsenal. So at the end of the day, he should be performing because he's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, yeah? And he's been underperforming for 95% of his contract so far in his time at Arsenal. So let's just wait to the end of the season. Let's just wait. Let's see. Praise him.
It's just that, you just need to know where I'm coming from. I'm just tired of people telling Arsenal fans who are happy, who are busy going about being happy about their team, and people are telling them to shut up, that you have no right to talk, you have no right to speak. That you don't belong, there, you don't belong in the conversation. No, do you know what that legitimately means? It means you have no right to talk. It means you have no right to speak. You have no right to be happy. You don't have any feelings. You should be quiet. You should be humble. Why should people tell you things to do? Why can't I do what I like to do? Why can't I be happy? Why should I be sad because my team has just won a game? I won against Liverpool. I should be sad. I should keep quiet. You don't belong to that territory. Why? Why is it me? Why should Man City be happy for beating Leicester City by 1-0 and people are clapping and giving them a lap of honor? And Arsenal that beat Leicester City 4-2 should keep quiet, shouldn't talk where other people are talking. Shouldn't pass the streets. That Man City streets are told in marble. We shouldn't cross those streets. Why?
We move. Austin Trusty, that's on loan from Birmingham that we bought in. This is the rumor going around that he may be coming back in January to Arsenal. He's 24 years old, American. As soon as we bought him, we loaned him out to Birmingham. What do you make of Austin Trusty coming back to Arsenal?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is why all these loan deals are very, very important. Bringing in players. If you see that they're not up to the standard you want them to be up to, and then you send them on loan to get the necessary experience and to come back, to the league, and do something great. I remembered when Trusty came at the same time with Turner. Most of the Arsenal fan base were like, "Why are these two guys here for crying out loud?" Well, this is what you get for having patience. Just go and look at what Trusty is doing at Birmingham. He's scoring. This is a defender. He's scoring goals. He's legitimately helping Birmingham to stabilize the defense. He's logically helping them in terms of scoring goals now. He's just that good right now, and he's strong. I've seen him play for Birmingham. I've just tuned in, not really like watched him over time, but at least I've picked up some highlights. I've seen some overall games, at least two of those overall games. I've seen him play, and his input for Birmingham this season it's just awesome. He's growing, it's changing. His aerial awareness, it's top notch. Like he's really that good. And by next season or next two seasons, if it decides or if the board decides to bring him back from that loan deal from Birmingham, you'd see a different player. Our tongues will change, and the perceptions we've had of these players initially will all change.
I just feel like he's 24 years old. He's going on 25 by the end of the season. If you're 25 years old and you're out on loan, I just don't think you're good enough. And you're talking about, oh, he's overperforming. He's performing really well in the championship. The thing is, players that perform well in the championship is a gamble because they can perform well in the championship. But every season, we get the winners of the championship coming up to the Premier League. And a lot of them hang on for dear life. A lot of them can't cut it at the level of the Premier League because the level between the Premier League and the championship is big. We've seen Leeds come up, they've struggled. We've seen Watford that most of the time win the championship and come up. They're like a yo-yo club. We've seen other teams like Nottingham Forest having to go out there and buy loads of players because they already knew that their team wasn't strong enough to compete in the Premier League. So I don't think it's as clear as to say, oh, he's ripping it up in the championship. He's good enough here. Even Mitrovic. How many times Mitrovic came up with Fulham, yeah? And yeah, they're doing good this season. But how many times has Mitrovic come up this season, come up to the Premier League and wasn't cutting it? Because he was too good for the championship for most of the time. Come up to the Premier League, wasn't good enough. So I don't think that you can say that and say, oh, definitely, because he's performing in the championship, he will definitely perform in the Premier League. And for me, I get it when the player's going out on loan at 18 or under 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. But you're 24 going on 25 and you're already deemed that you're not good enough or you're not at least able to challenge Rob Holding. A Rob Holding that we all know is too dead, shouldn't even be in the squad. He ain't good enough. But Rob Holding stays and Austin Trusty is the one that goes out on loan. That to me shows me that he ain't good enough. Because that's telling me that the manager's looking at him and saying, well, you're not as good as Rob Holding. And Rob Holding ain't even the level that I want at Arsenal. I want that bum gone. Yeah, Austin Trusty is on loan. So to me,
it depends on how you're looking at it.
Listen, it's the way I'm looking at it, innit? Like you're looking at everything. Everyone that goes out on loan is coming back a miracle and amazing. We've seen Chelsea; they loan out so many.
I've not said that. You've just put words into my mouth.
You're saying, oh, if he goes out on loan, he's going to come back a different player, and you're going to see him. And our
I said he could. I said he could come back a different player.
Bro, you're not good enough to play at Arsenal 24. You ain't good enough. You ain't good enough. I'm sorry. You ain't good enough. There's no sentiment.
No, remember these things you're saying because you know what? It's your show and their receipts. It's online. Someone can call it and bring it when this guy starts performing. It's still an if at this point. But, bruv, he came, he was brought in, and he went on loan. He didn't have the chance to be in a competitive game, with the boys. So, not all these players that you go to get, can be in the top, in our first 11. There's some that you just see a certain kind of potential in them, and you say, hey, you know what? I really want you to go on loan. We just have to buy you before any other person comes into the fray and get you. So just come along first, go on loan, hone your skills. There's nothing wrong in doing that. Go hone your skills, get better, have a little bit of a nickel with the boys down there in the championship and come back and bounce back stronger. I don't see anything bad in it.
That's calm. We can agree to disagree. Lazarus Prime says no one has to shut up. You don't have the right to speak. Tony, stop playing victim because other people.
Oh, really, Ladimus? No. Well, I'm surprised that's coming from Ladimus, because Ladimus have also seen me gone to other, to other hostile places where they've told me, hey, Arsenal is not going to win the league this season. Arsenal is not going to challenge this season. Where you guys have gone, even Ladimus have told me that Arsenal is not. There's a way he framed it, because Ladimus is a legitimate wordsmith, so he knows how to put his words too. So he too has told me that Arsenal is not going to win the league this season in a way, but he crafted it in a very different way, of which I do understand him, because he was telling me to provide receipts why Manchester City wouldn't be looked upon as people that would have already that people would generally give the title to right now. So he was asking for receipts. And when you're asking for receipts of those type of things, then it means you don't believe in my team, or you don't believe that my team is in that conversation in the first place. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because no one believes it. You don't have to tell someone a literal shut up. You could just tell the person, hey, I don't think you're in that conversation, so don't hype up your team. And to me, that's a slap. That's shut up. It's literal shut up to me. So you don't have to wait until someone tells you shut up. You could go to some other blogs and you tell them, I think Arsenal will challenge. Even he has seen me in some very, very hostile places. Laddie must have done that. He has seen me there, and he has seen me contest with the same people, telling them that Arsenal is going to challenge. And, he too, he has seen this. So I wonder why he's bringing that statement right now.
This comment here from Prince DM31. Tony, he is 24. It's too late to develop if you're at Birmingham at that age. There you go. A lot of people disagreeing with Tony. What are you trying to say? We've praised the wins and enjoyed them. Nobody said keep quiet. I've not heard it, to be honest. I mean, if he's heard it, he's heard it. I'm not going to say he's crazy, but
yeah, I'm talking of me and some other places I've been to. People keep, even you, see, not side. Haven't you told me, man? You said it here.
They're cooking you in the chat, bro. They're cooking you.
I don't know why.
They're cooking you, bro.
No, you know what? See, but I was ready for all this smoke. I was ready. No, but not side. You know me. I always come correct. You know me. I'm a tiger.
No, you don't come correct, bro. No, you don't come correct. No, you don't come correct.
No,
this is still at 2.0, bro. Everyone's against us. Everyone. Why doesn't everyone believe? Everyone don't believe because we ain't won the league since 04. That's why people don't believe.
Not side. When I came and I told you that Arsenal were challenging for the title, when me, you, Jez, and other guys were there, what did you say to me?
What?
When I told you that Arsenal were challenging for the league this season, what did you say? When me, you, Diesel, Kenny Ken, and I think either Gracie May or someone who were in a show together. What did you say?
I don't remember. Enlighten me. I can't remember.
Okay, yeah. You said that I don't know what I'm talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. Because
yeah, exactly. Now look at that table now. Look at that table now.
Yeah? Let me get this right. You're getting upset because rivals don't believe in us. Rivals are supposed to banter. Rivals are supposed to laugh at you when you lose. And at the end of the day, no Arsenal fan is going to tell me that we don't do it back. I don't care if rivals don't believe in us. I don't even care if half the fan base doesn't believe. At the end of the day, this club has sold us streams year in, year out, since we won the league. So that is why. That is the receipt from this club, that they sell us streams and they don't go out there and do what's necessary. They go into transfer windows like January and don't do what is necessary. At the end of the day, don't get rattled about what rivals say. That is the job of rivals, to laugh at us and put us down. It doesn't matter. Every team does it. Before Liverpool won the league, everyone was laughing at them that they haven't won the league for almost 30 years. Yeah? Before Chelsea got the money, everyone's laughing at them before they won their first title in the Jose Mourinho era. It happens to everyone. I don't understand why Arsenal fans always have this victim mentality. Everyone's against us. No one cares. If the club, the manager, and the players go out and do what's necessary,
yeah, no one cares. So if I say that we're
irrelevant.
going to win the league this season, or if I say that Arsenal is going to be challenging for the league this season, then accept it. Then accept it. Then accept it. That's a valid opinion from
What?
someone. Yeah, you don't tell the person, I don't think what you're saying is correct. I don't think it will happen. Just accept it as one of those opinions out there. Rather than telling me that, hey, that conversation shouldn't be had because Arsenal can't do it. You're butlers. Do you know how many times I come up with people that say Arsenal are butlers?
We are bottlers, though.
Yeah, good and okay. That's your opinion, right?
We are.
Then respect my own opinion.
We bottled the league. We bottled the league the year that Leicester won the league. We bottled the Europa League final against Chelsea. Yeah. So what are you talking about? We ain't bottlers. We have been bottlers. We have been bottlers. Does that hurt your feelings?
Okay. If that's your feeling,
the facts show we have not won a major honor since 04. So at the end of the day, that is being bottlers, bro. That isn't being contenders. When's the last time we've been going down to April or May? We're still in contention to win a major honor. When's the last time? How when? You tell me. Exactly. So what are we talking about?
Not side. When I called you on the show with MC Dabs and the rest of the guys and Deji Scores, when I said that we were going to win the league, you laughed at it. You scoffed at it. Right now, look at the table. When I was telling MC Dabs that Haaland has a checkered injury record, and he is indeed going to get an injury this season, what did you do? You laughed me off. What has happened right now? Haaland is missing from that team. And I told you in that same stream that he's going to struggle to score. At a point, it already happened already. No one is talking about that. It's all gone. I told you he has a checkered injury record, that injuries are going to come. They laughed it off. Now, that's what is happening right now. They're actually struggling to score goals. Because I also said, during that period, that Manchester City is building their team around Erling Haaland. No one believed it. And it's happening right now, and we're seeing it right now. And the thing there is that Arsenal is challenging, not only challenging, we're at the top of that league right now. The envy of of other clubs right now, because legitimately, even if other teams don't want to admit it, they want to be first in the league right now. They want to be first in the league right now. And that's where we are. So put some goddamn respect in our name right now.
There you go. Latimer said, oh, by the way, I haven't really even laughed at Tony for thinking Arsenal will win the league this season. I've just questioned his Leicester City fairy tale.
Latimer, I'm not really talking about you per se. Me and you have logical discussions sometimes, I've not said that you in particular have laughed at me. I'm talking about other places I've been to. Me and you, we've had logical discussions most times that we've, clashed in these circles. And I say that there's a way you put it that you make me understand that Arsenal have to prove to you. That's the word, that we have to prove to you. And I was saying that Arsenal doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Like, why should I prove to you that I'm going to win the league this season? Those are the words you used. I'm not saying that you attacked me in any way. It's not you. I mean other people. That's what I'm saying. Bro, Vladimir, it's all love here, bro. It's all love. Even me and Northside talking right now, it's all love. At the end of the day, we'll go backstage and we'll just laugh at all this, man. So it's all good, my brother.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But listen, we're going to move on to the next headline. We're going to move on to the next headline.
Arsenal Manik said that Zaka is Zidane. Yeah, it's our Zidane. Yeah. Give him his flowers. Yeah, it's our Zidane. Yeah. You better come correct, my brother. Receive straight up. He scored goals. He's giving assists. He's a goddamn new player. Yeah, he's our Zidane. Yeah.
Listen, what do you make of this, bro? What do you make of this? 60 million euros plus Lakonga for Milinkovic-Savic is something that's going around so far about Arsenal. What do you make of this?
See, man, I would take this trade quickly, bro. Quickly, bro.
After you've
Okay.
tried to justify Lokonga to me that he needs patience and he needs time and this and that,
I
and
did
all
not
that.
tell you that. I did not tell you that. I did not tell you that, not side. You're doing
Oh,
exactly what you're
you're in the
putting me
mud,
off.
bro.
I
You're
told
in
you,
the mud.
I told you, see, no, not side. You're doing me a great injustice now. What I told you,
After
no,
telling me
you
about
see,
Lokonga
what,
is project youth and he's going to become this and that, now you're trading him for Milinkovic Savic. I mean, I would, but I've not been the one who's been gassing up Lokonga, gassing up Tavares.
no, I
Look at what
see,
Ben
guys,
White.
I never loved Lokonga. Arsenal Manic, I never loved Lokonga. I'm just saying that me and Northside, we got into a conversation about Lokonga and his performances. He said he doesn't like his performances. I also concord with him. I said I don't like his performances, but I don't want what we have with him right now to turn into a situation like Kevin De Bruyne or like a Mo Salah. I don't want that because I've seen lots of players that people legitimately reject, and then they go to other clubs and then they become superstars. A typical example, Gnabry. Every Arsenal, most Arsenal fans never liked him when he was here. We never appreciated him. We slagged him off. Of course, he wasn't putting up, he wasn't putting up gameplays that were quite desirable. It was just that mid-range kind of player. I understand that. So, but again, we need to understand that some players just need time. But do we have that time to give these players? Not with this fan base. We want quick, we want to resort to quick, to quick answers. And I
No,
really
I
understand
disagree.
this.
I think
No,
most of
no,
the
no,
fan
no, no.
base are like
No,
you.
I understand this
Most
because
of the fan
we've
base
not
are
won
not
a
like
title
me.
for a long time. But
That's wrong
what
of you to
if?
say, bro, because you know that most of the fan base are like you. Every player, oh, we need to give time. Most of the fan base aren't actually impatient, if that's what you want to use. Most of the fan base wanna continue with this project youth instead of win now, and that's what I disagree with. You have to, one right now we're in a good position. We need to get players like Milinkovic Savic and go for the league now. Not think about going for the league in 4 or 5 years.
Not side. Wait, are you happy with that situation with Gnabry? That you couldn't get the best out of him, and right now he's a serial winner with Bayern Munich with lots of Champions League, a lot of Bundesliga titles with him, Deutsche Pokal with him, and all these trophies everywhere around Europe, winning. And Arsenal actually went into the market to get him a season ago. Even this summer, we were even in the market for him, and we were outpriced of that, of that deal, and we were scared off. Do you know how much they were calling for us? 70 million pounds. Do you want to be in that same kind of regret? See, I don't like Lokonga in
All right,
any
let me
way.
answer that. Let me answer that.
But
You
would
made a
would
question.
you
Let me
like
answer
to?
it.
Yeah, but let me finish. But would you like to be in that kind of situation with these players? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Lokonga is giving out good performances. But would you be okay if Lokonga goes out and is winning Champions League and is playing very, very well, and it becomes something different in another league?
Okay, let me answer. Let me answer the question. You made the example about Gnabry. First of all, Gnabry doesn't. The reason I knew that, even when we had those rumors that Gnabry is coming back to Arsenal, I'm thinking why. Gnabry never had the game time that someone like Oxlade-Chamberlain had. Oxlade-Chamberlain had a lot of game time. He was in squads. Gnabry was going from loan to loan to loan to loan. Barely played any games for Arsenal. Yeah, so I don't think that's correct. Players like Lokonga, I've seen enough games from them to see that they're not good enough. Yeah, so it's not the same comparison. You have to see a player to see if he's good enough or not. And then when he does get the minutes, you need to see something from that player to tell you, is this a player for the future or if it's not? I feel like a lot of times with you, you're always like, oh, we need to give them time. Yeah, but time is granted if we see something from you. It doesn't, for example, and I've said it before, the reason I don't rate players like Lokonga, Tavares, and players like that is because I can't see nothing there. There's a player in Saliba that is still raw, but I see that this guy has the potential and the ability to become a great player. You're not just going to say, oh, well, because this player is young, we're going to give him all the time in the world. And that's the thing. And I feel like with this whole project youth and youth project and everything, most Arsenal fans don't look at it subjectively. Hold on. This player's been given minutes. Yes, he's not the finished article, but what are we seeing from Lokonga to warrant us having more faith and giving him, an extra contract, etc., etc., etc.? You need to see something back. It's not just about, they will develop. If you're not seeing something, then they need to go. And let's be real. How many players come up from the academy to the first team? How many players get let go? Why? Because Arsenal don't look at every single youngster and say, because you're young, we just need to give you time. No, they need to show something to then elevate to the first team. So why?
But then I've seen players that don't show anything.
Hold on, let me finish. So why don't fans also look at players and say, listen, put the whole, he's a young player to the side. What does he actually do? What does he actually bring? And what can we see the making of a great player? Has he got a good pass? Is he good at affecting the game in the final third? Is he good defensively? And he needs to work on the rest of his game or reading the game a little bit better. What I don't accept and what I don't like is, because he's young, give him time. No, bro. No, we need to see something. And when I look at Martinelli, I see something. When I see Saka, I see something, which is why he stayed in the team. We've had so many youngsters come to Arsenal and not been good enough. Why did we let them go? Because they weren't good enough. You can't hold on to the whole, he's young card forever. And Lokonga has not shown anything. Davaj, his time at Arsenal, has not shown anything. Reece Nelson has only showed one good game in all the time and all the games that he's played so far this season. That isn't good enough. It isn't good enough. We need to see more. I'm not asking them to be prime Zidane, prime Figo, prime flipping Totti. I'm not asking that. I'm asking to see something that I can say, you know what, there's a player in there. And the problem is when you hype these youngsters and say, because they're young. Look at Liverpool. Yeah, they got Harvey Elliott and Jones over there and everything. And because they're young. Bro, who cares if you're young or not? Are you good enough? Have you got the potential or not? It's not about being young, bro. And that's why I just say...
But still, there's still some players that don't show that early potential. They develop into it. That's what I'm saying. And if you're too quick to evaluate them and judge them in that current state, then you won't get the best out of them in the long run. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want it to be... See, I'm not saying Lokonga has put up performances in any way. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, in the long run, are we really thinking this through? Do we need to put in or attach a certain type of clause into his contract, into that maybe a buyback clause or something? Other clubs do it. Why is Arsenal not doing it? Maybe a buyback clause, something like that. Let's chip it in there and wait and see what happens. So see, even at the time. This guy that used to play for Manchester United that's gone, Pogba. At the time, Manchester United loaned him out. And when he went to Juventus, got more games, he won the Scudetto. He won lots of trophies. And they needed him back at Manchester United. So what if they said at that time, like, he's not good enough, let's just sell him outrightly, he's not so good. Then would they need him the second time? The answer is no. So sometimes we have to be very careful. You don't just say, just get him off. Sometimes you have to think it through. Is it that kind of player we can add a retrieving clause back in that contract, sending him out there? So we need to check all these things. I don't know.
What do you like about Lokonga? What do you like about Lokonga's game?
No, I'm not saying. See, again, I'll come correct again.
You can't tell me, then get rid of him. Simple. The discussion over. That's it. We don't need to keep talking about it. It's done. If you can't tell me what he's good at, then there's no conversation here because he ain't good enough. And this is what I'm talking about.
But again, this is the same evaluation. This is the same evaluation Salah got.
Foden you're talking about.
This is the same thing Kevin De Bruyne faced.
There's numerous
This
players.
This is the same thing we faced with Gnabry.
Okay, cool. Let Arsenal continue because all these years we haven't been winning the league. It's been sentiment. Let's keep on. Maybe. And where's it got us? Nowhere. So listen, it's up to you, bro. At the end of the day,
I totally understand where you're coming from.
This is not a charity. This is a football club. If you're not good enough,
goodbye.
The managers face the same thing. They're not good enough. Goodbye. It is what it is. It's the nature of this game. It's a competition, not a charity. If you're not good enough,
well, this was the exact words. This was the exact words. What is coming out from your mouth was the exact words a friend of mine, me and him were talking about Gnabry years back before before he left Arsenal. This was the exact words that was coming from his mouth. And right now, Arsenal shamefully is going, went for him for the summer for 70 million pounds, and we can't even get it. They've been
But
telling us 80.
of all the players that
So-
come through the academy, the only one that you can bring up is Gnabry. So that shows you there's not many, bro. So stop making it seem like every young player coming through, oh, this is a star.
No,
that we're
and I've not said that. I've not said that. I've
So
not
why do
said
you keep
that.
talking about Gnabry then? It's irrelevant. Yes, we missed out on Gnabry. Yes.
It's relevant to the argument. It's a proof. It's a testament.
All right, cool.
To what
And
I'm
there have
saying.
not been players like Wilshere, players like Diaby. Yeah, we've had loads of players that had high potential when they didn't live up to their potential. So there's an argument the
totally
same way,
agree.
and there's more names
Again,
that
I
haven't
agree.
made it than players that have made it. So it's up to the Arsenal scouting system. But from what I can see, I'm not seeing it with this guy. So go out there if we're going to trade Lokonga for Milinkovic Savic, go and get it done because I'm not.
Yeah, I want it done. I want that signing. See, bro. Apart from all this argument, I want to win the league title because I need to feel that I need to feel it that we've won that trophy. I need that trophy. I need to shut so many, man up, with that trophy. Not only that, I need to feel happy within myself that we've won that trophy. Many
Okay,
disbelievers, we need to shut them off.
The next headline: Newcastle join Arsenal and Chelsea in the race for prolific Premier League attacker. Trossard is being linked to Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle. What do you make of this? Would you want Trossard here at Arsenal? He's being linked quite heavily in the last couple of days to Arsenal. Would you take him at Arsenal?
No, see.
Why is it such a hard one? You're there putting up arguments for Lokonga and players that are not that great like Tavares. And when it comes you're there like
the case of this Trossard guy is that there are many options for us to go into the transfer window, in his position to go get. Like if you put a Trossard for me and an Ivan Toney, who would I go for? It's an Ivan Toney, of course. So when you check this dynamic, bro, that's the difference about we here that are just looking at these things and those people who are at the helms of affairs who will be making the decisions. They don't make decisions like we make decisions. Our own is just to look and quickly we just go, we make that. It doesn't happen like that. Sometimes there's some technicalities you have to check. There's some things you need to go deep down. You need to look into his contract, what he's had before. You need to go through these technicalities and then you arrive at a befitting answer. If he's a better player for us, check his injury record. Does he have inconsistency period? Trossard is a good player. I like him very well, but he has a little bit of inconsistencies in him right now. Of course, he's putting up the goals sometimes.
And Zaha, why not? Why can't this club ever do it? Why is it always one or the other? That's one thing I hate about Arsenal. So we can only get one. We need two strikers. We can only get one. We need two midfielders. We can only get one. Why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but if you pitch an Ivan Toney for me, I'll be going for him rather than a Trossard. That's the problem. If you're pitching a Trossard for me and you're pitching a Vlahovic for me, I would pick a Vlahovic because I know what a Vlahovic can bring to my team. Is that 6-foot+ guy that can handle the ball in the 18-yard box, bring other players into the game. His hold-up play is top-notch. His pressing game might not be that good, but he can also be a bully in the 18-yard box too, and he can bring in other players into the mix too. So I have my reservations for Trossard right now. He's a good player, don't get it wrong, but I'll prefer an Ivan Toney right now to him.
Well, Trossard will be playing on the wings, isn't it? So they're going to be playing different roles, but I just
do you think he'll be? Do you think he can bench Martinelli right now, or the Golden Boy Saka?
But this is the argument that I hate with Arsenal fans. Even if he doesn't bench him, is he not a better option than Reece Nelson?
I
Is
know,
he
but
not a better option
you
than
know your
Nketiah?
football club. I know. See. We have to speak in realities, not in not in the metaverse. You know your club. Do you think your club will go? See, bro, we're in the midst of a mutiny right now. They are putting up £50 million for January
No,
transfer
bro.
window, and we need to win the title, bro. You need to know your club. You need to know your club.
Bro, I don't care what the club wants. I care about what I want. Because if they did what I want, we would have won the league, bro. We wouldn't be going into the summer transfer window and now having to pray and hope that we do the business we should have done in the summer to now do it in January, because it would have been done. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is what it is, bro.
Ladimus brings up an argument, a very valid one, down there.
Let me go to,
I think the last comment there.
last
Very
comment.
valid one. Yeah.
Now, Vlahovic to Arsenal. So do you drop Jesus then? Because Vlahovic isn't coming to Arsenal to sit on the bench. Bro, this is what I'm saying. Just get a player in, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, I hate
It's true. It's a valid point.
Bro, I don't care. I don't care.
Exactly. I don't care. Exactly.
So I told you what, yeah, I don't give a shit. Give him the money that he wants, yeah, and he's a better option than Eddie Nketiah. Just get the guy in. I don't give a shit about all this. Arsenal fans have the loser mentality. Oh, we can only have good players in the starting 11, and then everyone on the bench has to be shit. Well, this is what you get. All our players coming off the bench are dead. They don't affect the game the way we need them to. They don't. The majority of them don't. And don't tell me about Reece Nelson against Nottingham Forest, because what's he done in the games beforehand? And he's only one player. The rest of them ain't doing it. And this is what you get when you're happy with rotation players and players that can do a job. I'm sick of it. Go get the job done, bro. I see other teams doing it. I'm done with it. We're going up against Manchester City. And if you're going up against Manchester City, you can't just have all these players that can do a job.
You need to have squad depth.
Yeah. Nah, man. No, I want to win the league, man.
Not so. There's this thing that has been happening now. See, Reece Nelson came off the bench, scored 2 goals, and right now Arsenal fans are talking about a contract to be given to him. What's your take on this?
Well, let's get into that, and let's get into also Arteta being linked to Barcelona before I have to wrap it up. I got about 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Reece Nelson, this doesn't surprise me, bro. We've seen you come on here over gassing Xhaka over a couple of performances. Arsenal fans get too excited over the bare minimum. The guy, let's be real, Reece Nelson has not performed in every game he's been given minutes. Yes, he performed against Nottingham Forest. We're not facing Nottingham Forest every week. Yeah. So one performance out of all the performances that he's had in an Arsenal jersey does not equate to having another contract, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We should hold up them talks and give him some more games and say, listen, if you start performing and you give us the performance that we saw against Nottingham Forest in the next 5, 6, 7, 8 games, then we could talk about a contract. If not, we're happy to let you go, because we already made a mistake with re-signing Eddie Nketiah that isn't good enough. Wasn't good enough before we re-signed him. Gave him the contract over him scoring a brace against Chelsea last season. This is why we get it wrong. Too much sentiment. It's too much. Oh, he'll come good. And now we're carrying. Let's be real. We are carrying Eddie Nketiah. And every time Jesus goes down, we're all stressed, because even the people that want to defend Eddie Nketiah know he's not good enough to do the job of Gabriel Jesus. So don't do the same mistake and give Reece Nelson another contract. Make him work and sweat.
Make him work for it, right? Okay, but at what point? Now, this is another one now. I clearly understand you on this one, and I share that same idea about this guy. But at what point do you say, okay, let's give him a new contract? What does he have to do this season for you to say, let's give Reece Nelson a new contract?
He would have to perform the way he performed against Nottingham Forest, to that level or thereabout, to the end of the season, for me to say, you know what, it was the fact that he wasn't getting enough game time. Because so far before that, he's given the game time and gets inferior teams. Let's be real, Bodo Glimt and teams like Zurich. I'm expecting him to perform, and he's underwhelmed. That to me is not making me feel like you're good enough to be in this squad, because we're trying to get into the Champions League. If you can't perform against bums in the Europa League, you're not of the level of where we're trying to get to. So you'd have to perform. It's true, though. They are bums. They are bums, bro. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you'd have to keep this up to the end of the season for me to even think about giving him a contract.
Like how many goals? How many goals? How many goals should he score this season for you to say, Rhys Nelson, you got that contract?
Not even just goals, like performances and assists.
Like put up a performance, right?
I'm not expecting him to score every game, but have that same level of effect that he had, yeah, and the way he played against Nottingham Forest. I need to see that nine
Yeah.
times out of 10 for me to say, oh yeah, because his track record so far, all these years he's been at Arsenal has been poor. It's been really poor,
Totally
So
agree.
at the end of the day, it has to be earned. We don't want people at this club that just come here and think it's a free ride. We saw Rob Holding
Yeah.
in the All for Nothing documentary saying he's more than happy to play bench player. I don't want that mentality. You should be vexed that you're not starting. You should be tearing up trees, doing everything to prove that you should be a starter. And I
Okay.
tell you what, no one on the bench of Liverpool, no one on the bench of Man City is happy to be on the bench. I'll tell you that now. They're not happy to be on the bench.
Okay. Would you be happy if he leaves on a free after scoring like 12 goals this season?
12 goals in the rest of the season and a couple of assists, then I'll change my mind.
You'll
Then
change
I'll
your
be
mind.
saying,
But if he scores that same amount of goals this season, this 12 you're talking about, put up performances, and then he leaves the club on a free, would you like it without giving him a contract?
yeah,
Would you
because
like
at the
it?
end of the day, I don't rate him that highly. Like if he wants to
Okay,
put the
good.
club if he wants to put the club to ransom, you can go. Like
Okay,
you're
good.
not that
So
big to
another
go.
player should leave on a free, right? Without us getting any money from him,
Yeah,
right?
because he's not that great. I don't believe that he's that great. I don't.
No, I
I don't.
understand it. I understand. I'm just looking at it from the business point of view because many of all these players are going on a free. Um, uh, See, I want to use this time to, uh, send my condolences to Pablo Mari, for what happened to him, the stabbing in Italy. But not side, do you know with that injury right now, that guy is going to run down his contract out of mercy in Arsenal and he would leave for free.
Well,
So right now
this
you're
is
saying, and right now you're saying, don't give a contract to Rhys Nelson. Okay, good. Okay, don't give him a contract, and he will run down his contract, and Arsenal won't have any nickel. Not 5 million, not 10 million, not 20 million, nothing. Zero
That's not
amount
my
of money.
problem, nor my fault. That's not my problem. Why is this club not learned? Didn't they promise us that no one's going to run their contract down to the last year or two? No, 2 years, they
Okay,
said.
okay,
That's not my
then
problem.
no, I clearly understand where you're coming from. But when they cannot get players due to FFP rules, then why should we slag them? That's another thing again.
Because this club are the ones that allowed his contract and his situation to be in this position in the first
But
place.
you just said that they should
You're
not give him
asking
a
me a
contract.
solution. You're asking me a solution that this club has made themselves. They put themselves in this situation. They've allowed this contract to run down. I'm just telling you the outcome, what I would do in a bad situation. If it was me, I would have sold him 2 years ago. But the club has allowed him to come down to the last couple of months. So at the end of the day, this is more banter on your manager and your sporting director, not me. But let's move. Let's get into the last thing because I do have to bounce soon.
Yeah,
Mikel
sure.
Arteta being linked to the Barcelona job. What's your thoughts?
Not side. I saw your show you did yesterday. The time has come. FC Barcelona, they've seen the kind of work he's doing. They've seen him at the top of the league table. They've seen how he has transformed us. See, people just think managing a team is just come in and just have a kick about with the boys and then you're a manager. No, you're not. What makes you a manager is coming to a club that's in total shambles, help the club manage that team, get the deadwood out of that team, bring your own players, and get them to the summit of the league. And that's what Mikel Arteta is doing. And because people like you don't appreciate him and appreciate what he's doing as a manager, or even give him any nickel, even flowers at all, you don't want to give it to him at all. And that's why clubs like FC Barcelona are coming for him. And mind you, FFP doesn't even really touch Barcelona. You know that, right? They can get any amount of players they like. They don't care about FFP rules. So if they give this guy endless resources will be there for him to spend. And he brings in good players and he start winning trophies for FC Barcelona, and then we start regretting. Why in God's name did we give him a chance? Just a chance. Why didn't we believe in him? But this is what I'm talking about.
You know, this is
guys
just a
want to
rumor.
give him a chance.
You're getting really excited over there. You're getting real excited over there.
Give him a chance.
Rumor, yeah?
You just want to slag him off. Give him a chance. Let him do his work. Let him be a manager. You know, there are people. There are many people who learn on the job. Many people. See, I've been to many interviews in my life. I understand what it means to get into a job. My first job was as a banker. I know what that means. I never had any experience about banking, but I went into banking begging my bosses, please, I don't have any experience in this job. But they did believe in me, and I got into it, and I was good at it. I left it.
Okay, Tony, let me tell you this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. You're saying now because they believe. Chelsea believed in Lampard. Did it work out? Did it work out? Man United believed in Ole. Did it work out? Yeah? Aston Villa believed in Gerrard. Did it work out? So don't come with all this, because they believed. Yeah? Who else? What was the other player that was at Juventus that was turned the manager? What's his name again? I forgot his name. What's his name? Oh, I forgot his name now. He was a Juventus player and he turned to manager. I can't even remember. But anyway, like I said, yeah, 2 ex-players going to the clubs believe in them. Was it good enough? No. Football's not about sentiment. It's about results. And at the end of the day, this manager's been underachieving the 2 first years that he had at Arsenal. He underachieved last year because the aim was to get top 4. Let's be real. Yeah. And the aim should be higher than that. And this season, he's doing well. But I tell you what, his lack of planning and his lack of squad building in the summer will catch up to him if we don't sign in January. And this is why everyone's saying we need to sign in January. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is rumors. Nothing's facts. We don't know 100%. All the things that we went through today are all rumors. Nothing's concrete. So you're there getting jolly and giddy. Yeah, my manager has been linked to Barca. See, look at
but it's true. It's true. Why are you angry about that? Why are you angry about that?
Legend, bro. Javi's a Barca legend, and if you check the table, they're only 1 point.
And then what happened to him?
He can still win something.
And then what happened to him? This guy has played.
The season ain't over.
See,
the season ain't over.
Being a great footballer doesn't give you the mettle to become a great manager.
And being a young manager doesn't mean that you're going to turn into the next Pep Guardiola the way that you lot believe he will. Just because he stood next to Pep Guardiola,
go to FC Barcelona then. Then I'm going to go to FC Barcelona then and go and bring this dinosaurs. You wanted Allegri back here, and Allegri can't even cut it.
Let's talk about that. You want to talk about dinosaurs? Let's talk about dinosaurs. Let's talk about dinosaurs then, yeah? Because fans like yourself, yeah, were cussing off Ancelotti. When Ancelotti went to Everton, I was like, why did we not get Ancelotti? Oh, he's a dinosaur. He went to Everton, yeah? Went to Real Madrid, wins the league, win the Champions League. Talk to me now.
You wanted Allegri. You wanted Allegri. You said it meant. Huh?
Don't chat to me about dinosaurs. These men
no. But you wanted Allegri. No. You wanted Allegri. But you wanted Allegri. And now, what has Allegri done?
Allegri's won more than this bum. Allegri's won more than this bum.
What has Allegri done?
Allegri's won more than this bum, bro. He's won more than this bum. What has Allegri done? I also wanted Conte. Yeah, he's won more than this bum as well. Yeah. Okay. So what? All these managers' CVs are bigger than this bum, bro. You're just hoping and praying that it works out.
You want us to go get these managers that play fossil football and bring them to our club. No. I don't want Conte in my club. I don't want him in my club. I don't want to play fossil football. No. I'm sorry. I don't want that.
What did we play before Arsene Wenger?
I don't want fossil football. I'm sorry.
Answer the question. What football did we play before Arsene Wenger? George Graham. Yeah? 1-0 to the Arsenal. And we won in Europe. So don't talk to me about fossil football, bro. Don't talk to me about football.
You want us to go bring these dinosaurs, Allegri and the rest. Allegri can't even cut it in Juventus. With star players he has there. With Vlahovic, with Locatelli. He can't do anything with those players.
This guy, bro.
Then what
Fernando Santos, the manager of Portugal, plays fossil football, won the Euros with Portugal.
I'm talking of this season, bro. Are you an historian? Are you an historian? No. Are you an historian?
No. Don't talk to me about
when did you become a professor of history? I'm telling you.
Football, bro. We're talking about styles of football. And I'm telling you, I'm bringing up the receipts, as you like to say, the receipts of managers that play fossil football and what they win. Allegri's won leagues. Conte's won leagues. Fernando Santos, the manager of Portugal, won the Euros with Portugal. No one expected him to win playing fossil football. Jose Mourinho keeps winning, even Man United.
Well,
yeah.
Conte win the title with that hold
on. Now people are giving him his props, yeah, because with Man United now they see the problem that was at Man United. He still managed to win cups and the Europa League. Yeah, playing fossil football with a club that was in a shambles and it is in the shambles. Yeah?
But would you accept fossil football being played in your club?
Don't talk to me about fossil football, bro.
No. Would you accept that kind of football to be played in your football club?
Yeah, but all these managers are one playing fossil football, so who cares? Winning football's winning football. Who cares? If you were old enough to support Arsenal, George Graham era, you would have seen us winning leagues, winning doubles, and winning in Europe. So who cares? Bro, allow all of that, bro. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Then allow him to go to FC Barcelona. Anything you see, you get. And mind you, when this coach leaves this club, you know, and another coach comes in and doesn't win anything, you take the cake. Accept it. You take the cake. Whatever happens to this football club, Northside, you should be ready to accept everything that befalls us after this coach leaves. Because clearly you don't understand what a project means. Clearly you don't understand what a process means. It's true. People like you, if Graham Potter is in that team, in that Chelsea team right now, you would be amongst the people after he lost to Brighton. You would be amongst the people that would say, Graham Potter, leave our club after what happened to him in Brighton. You fail to understand that it's a process, that he needs to build a team, that he needs to understand this team, that he needs to bring in his own players. Right now, Graham Potter doesn't have his own players in that team right now. Of course, he has Cucurella there, totally understandable. Fofana is there, totally understandable. But he doesn't have his team in his own likeness in that Chelsea team. And mind you, that Chelsea board will give him time, at least a year, 2 years, to be able to get a grip of what's going on. They won't slag him like we'll typically do. They won't. They will give him time. And they will give him endless resources to try and galvanize the team. And that's why this team is in a rebuilding process. So it's not just only in Arsenal that there's this process or there's this project. Many other teams are embarking on projects. Real Madrid, as we're saying right now, they're embarking on a project. Tismeni is there. New players are there. Camavinga is there. These are players, they are new. They're new. They're coming into that team. It's a project. It's a process. But people like you would slag those youths off, tear them apart, tear the manager apart, and he can't even do anything. Instead, you're praying for Allegri to come and destroy the club, disrupt the youths that we have. Bro.
There you go. Listen, people, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, we'll see at the end of the season who's right and who's wrong. At the end of the day, big up to Tony called Claude Gunner TV. Make sure you like and subscribe to his channel. Make sure you also like and subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit short, even though we've already done an hour and a half. And love for tuning in to the Heated Debate show next week. People, make sure you like and subscribe to Claude Gunner TV. Because next week,
Tony Claude Gunner TV.
Bro, you need to shorten it down, bro. You need to shorten it down, bro. I swear down.
Hey,
but make sure you like and subscribe to his channel because we do 1 week on his channel, 1 week on mine. So next week it will be on Claude's, Tony Claude Gunner TV's channel. So make sure you like and subscribe, people. Love, bro, for jumping on, and love for another Heated Debate. Also tonight at I think it's at 8:30, we are going to be on with I'm going to be on with Deji for the Rivals show. So
I'll be tuning into that one. That'll be an interesting one.
That's going to be a good one, man. So listen, people, make sure you like and subscribe to both channels. Tony, love for jumping on, and we're out, caramba.
And we're out, guys.